the concept of not using social distancing as an excuse to not engage. Don't use social distancing as an excuse to not engage. So for some people who are... What's happening, y'all? This is Mike D with Black Fathers Now, where we're bringing the village to the brothers. Every couple of weeks, you can look forward to a quick inspirational message or a thought-provoking guest with knowledge and wisdom, all geared towards helping you be the best father that you can be. We're bringing the village to you. Now it's your turn to do something with what you learned. All right, y'all. Let's go. What's going on, fellas? This is Coach Mike D, Mr. Double Down on you with another episode of Black Fathers Now. Hope y'all are having a blessed day. Hope you're making the most of every moment that you have available. And when I say making the most, I'm not talking about being productive all the time, right? Just being intentional about the moment that you have available. Sometimes you need to rest. Sometimes you need to let your mind chill out. Sometimes you need to kick it on the back porch, and just relax yourself. That's okay in the moment as well. Sometimes we get caught up in this hyper productivity that we feel every waking second needs to be filled with something, right? Sometimes that's true, but in other moments, fam, kick back, relax, enjoy yourself, okay? You have to refresh, recharge, rehydrate. I said rehydrate. My man Flip will know what I'm talking about. But we have to do that periodically, all right? But this quick message, man, something happened to me yesterday walking through the grocery store. As I was walking from the parking lot into the store, it wasn't a lot of people there. It was like the middle of the day, right before the time in which I was going to pick the kids up from school. And I was walking into the grocery store, and this guy was walking behind me. He was probably about 8 or 10 feet behind me. But the thing is, we were like the only two people walking in the store at the moment. And so as I kind of sensed him being behind me, I turned around. I just looked at him, but I smiled. It's kind of like saying, give him the what's up type move or whatnot. And the funny thing was, as soon as I turned around and smiled at him, he said, "Oh, my bad. I'm sorry for being so close." And I thought to myself, wow, social distancing and how our minds have been kind of warped to think that in some instances, we're no longer supposed to engage with people. It made me think about that. He was literally 8, maybe even 10 feet behind me, and he felt the need to tell me sorry for being so close. And again, this is interesting. It was an interesting perspective. He was not in my space, because there are instances in which, somebody does need to kind of back up off you. It's like, dude, you don't need to walk on my heels. But real talk, he was a good bit away from me, and he felt the need to apologize for being close. And I smiled at him. And then after he said that, I said, "Oh man, we're cool. No problem at all." Right. And it just made me really think about this whole concept of social distancing, but then also the concept of not using social distancing as an excuse to not engage. Don't use social distancing as an excuse to not engage. So for some people who are the extroverts, who are literally yearning to get around folks, they are waiting for an opportunity to engage with people. But the reality is there is a contingent of folks who maybe are considered introverts or are always looking for an opportunity to not engage with people. And social distancing has been that thing. It has been that gateway to feed that, that notion inside of them to not engage with other people. Now, again, I understand if you're ill, definitely stay away from folks. If you got any type of fever, you're coughing, stay away from people. Stay out of people's face, right? And put a mask on if that's the case. But the reality is, social distancing should not be an excuse to not engage with people. Because when we think about life in general, we are on this planet to engage with other people. Yes, we have virtual technology. Yes, we can sit from the comfort of our home with Zoom or FaceTime or, any other technological tool out there and engage with people virtually. But there is something about physical engagement with folks. Now, again, you got to be safe. If you're not feeling well, stay away from folks. But if you're healthy, you're feeling good, and you have the opportunity to engage, let's not use social distancing as a permanent opportunity to disengage, because that in itself is going to do a lot of harm to people, right? It's interesting when you think about the concept of, like, with incarceration, solitary confinement is a punishment when you're incarcerated. Think about that. And so some of us put our own selves in solitary confinement, and we do that on purpose. But I'm just going to challenge us all to realize that we are on earth to engage with individuals. Again, do so safely. Be mindful of, health concerns and people not feeling well. I get all of that. We need to definitely be mindful of all of that. But do not use what happened over the last 2 years as an excuse to disengage, because you're going to miss out on life. And life is meant to be lived, and it's meant to be lived in community with others. So do so safely, but let's engage, let's connect, let's love each other. And also let's really think about that. So I'd love to hear you all's thoughts about this whole getting back into society for a lot of us. And, what are some of the challenges you're facing with? What are some of the challenges you're personally having with it, right? Are you one of the individuals who's like chomping at the bit to get back out there and get around folks? Or are you someone who's kind of gotten in the habit of not having to physically engage, and it's a little challenge for you, right? I'll be fully transparent. Getting back to church, we really did not go to church for almost 2 years physically. We were virtual, and I think we went once or twice for, special occasions or whatnot. But the reality is we just recently started going back to church, in a physical form. And I told my pastor, I was like, it's not that we had any issue with it. We had just kind of gotten out of the habit, and it was kind of convenient to watch church in your drawers around the kitchen table, and watch it on demand and not have to be there at a certain time. And so I told him it was purely the habit and the convenience factor. And so we have to reintegrate ourselves into engaging with regard to that in church. But in other capacities, the kids playing sports and the kids going to school and us going places, we've been doing that. But the reality is, we have to also be mindful of not allowing social distancing to become a catalyst for us disengaging with other people, because in some way, shape, or form, you're meant to connect with others. Again, give me your thoughts on this. What are your thoughts? Maybe I had this all wrong, but I just wanted to share it with you based off of the interaction I had going out of the coming into the grocery store the other day. And I just wanted to share it and see if this could be something that might spawn you to think about your life. So anyway, let me know what you think. You can hit me, blackfathersnow@gmail.com, or hit me in the DM at blackfathersnow on Instagram, TikTok, whatever. Shoot me a message, man. Let's engage about this, and let me know what your thoughts are. But until next time, y'all be blessed, well, and wise. And I'll holler at you. Peace.
Yo, fellas, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. And always visit blackfathersnow.com, as well as follow Black Fathers Now on virtually every social media platform you can think of. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, everywhere. Just follow us and engage with us, man. Look forward to hearing from you. And I guess until next time, I'll holler at you. Peace.